Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Anurag. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Aureus. So Aureus is a AI-based platform for insurance ecosystem. We work with carriers, MGAs, brokers to help deliver better experience to their consumers. The entire philosophy is around enabling the conversations that you have with your consumers at various touch points. I think we've seen yesterday and today morning the entire focus, a lot of discussions around experience, so I don't think we need to dwell a lot into it, but some very interesting data that you might probably know already, but a recent survey, an NPS survey that was conducted, shared that almost 2/3 of the customers are unhappy with their current providers. And the impact of that was essentially that the entire industry is looking at a churn. And in the morning, Matteo spoke about persistency. So losing about 20% of the customers, which essentially leads to almost $400 billion plus impact. Now, what's really driving this? What's really driving this? Loss? And one of the big beliefs that we have is the kind of conversations that happen between the consumer and their carriers is something that they don't relate to, right? The conversations are not personalized, they are generic, and hence, they do not kind of evoke the kind of interest that you would want them to. Right now, today these consumers are essentially facing or already experiencing fantastic experience from the likes of Amazon and Google. And again, a lot has been said over the last 1.5 days. And they expect something similar coming from their insurance providers as well. This is exactly where Crux comes in. Crux is our flagship product from Aureus. Crux is a platform that helps bridge on the experience divide, as we call it, one conversation at a time. So our entire philosophy is to enable every single touch point, every conversation that you have, irrespective of the channel, in real time. And I use the word carefully, as was just mentioned in the previous session. What I will do is I will very briefly, show the demo, and then for a detailed demo, we have a table outside. I'm happy to do that. I hope the Wi-Fi supports me. This is, and again, as I said, we will probably have a more detailed demo for those who are interested. So what we do are 4 things, right? So first, we capture data from various data sets across the entire ecosystem, structured, unstructured, and build the entire customer journey. In addition, once we have understood the entire customer journey, we capture sentiment of every single customer who's on the books of the carrier. Now, essentially, this is very interesting from a perspective that today you only have sentiment or feedback from customers who've got surveyed, which is essentially a very small population of customers, and then you extrapolate that to the rest, which may not necessarily be the best way to give personalized interactions if you're going to extrapolate their sentiment or their feedback. So we capture sentiment, and then we run various predictive models which not only predict the behavior of the customer, but also tell you why we are predicting, and all of that happens in real time in simple English, and we also give out all of this over APIs. So again, as I said, we can keep on going into a lot more detail. So right from journey, knowing the customer, finding their sentiment, running their predictions in real time. So that's basically a quick overview of how the platform works. It connects to existing systems that you already have. So it works across all the different channels. So whether it's your app or your website, and it can integrate all of this into your existing systems that you use. Just to summarize impact, so for one of our carriers, we already delivered where they improved their retention using our platform by 3 percentage points within the first year, which was more than $3 million that this saved from the first year itself. Another carrier which increased their cross-sell by almost 5 percentage points. A third one where we looked at, they increased their net promoter score by almost 30 points within the first 6 months of we going live on their platform. And all of this was in less than 30 weeks. So it's a ready-to-use cloud-based platform that can go live on your existing data sets, go live in less than 30 weeks. It's entirely based on the machine learning platform and also uses a technology called NLG. We can talk a little bit more about NLG later outside for those who are interested. And these are a few customers who are already live on our platform. They're using it in production. So, and just to summarize, I know we're out of time, but our platforms processed more than 35 million unique policies so far. So it's built a host of knowledge and information. We've powered almost 5 million conversations between carriers and their consumers, 100,000 plus predictions delivered for them. And of course, some of the upsell and retention and NPS benefits that I shared. So with that, I will conclude my presentation. And if for those who are interested in more details, I'm right outside. Would love to chat further. Thank you very much.